Right, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today we're doing our top 10 wingers in Premier League history. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And please do leave us a 5-star review. It helps us more than you can imagine. Anyways, enjoy the podcast. And we've got a stellar cast on. We've got Ben. We've got Mike. We've got Joe. We've got me, BucketHatSam. Ben's an Albion fan. Mike's an Arsenal fan. And it's Joe, the Villa fan. There you go, guys. And
Joe the Villa fan.
Joe the Villa fan, he likes that. That's what it's gonna. We said it last time.
It's my new Twitter handle.
It's like a call-in. It's like the phone-in. It's Joe the Villa fan.
Joe the Villa fan. It is talk sport, isn't it?
All right, chaps, love the show. First time caller. Bit nervous.
Thank you for sending in the for the idea, because doing this, we all spoke about this before. Considering the Premier League is supposed to be the greatest league of all time, top 10 wingers aren't as good as I imagined.
Bit stinky.
No. I think it's going to be interesting. The 6 to like 10, that's going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah, there's a solid 7.
Okay.
I struggled after about 5.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I'll
And
start.
then there was just some that I knew were going to be there, and I just really don't think they warrant it at all.
I was going to say, I've got my list in early, and then I couldn't really think of any others. Tried to do research, and I was thinking there aren't many.
To Mike, I did forget one big boy, but he's in there now, so we're okay. It's all safe.
Oh, is that what you meant when I walked out the room earlier?
Yeah, I forgot one big boy. But
can you let us know who it was when it happens?
No.
Is it a really big name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Please let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, then
You've
Ben,
gone
we'll
proper.
start off with you then in your number 10, and then we'll just keep working our way around.
This is one that I just really didn't want to put in there, but I just feel like it had to. Ryan Giggs.
At 10?
Yeah.
I also have Giggs at 10.
Thank you. Yes.
Because
Thank you.
I always put him bottom of the list. I have to give him the acknowledgement, but he's going bottom.
I agree.
I knew this would
I
happen
agree.
because we've done a list before,
caught me right off
and you
guard.
put him in straight away.
10.
I agree.
Giggs 10.
Same boat here. Next.
Yeah.
I've got
Basically, he's really good because he played lots of games. That's what you're saying.
And look, I'm passionate about this because he's left-footed and he's 10.
Oh yeah, geez, yeah. If you've got a left footer in 10th, then how high have you got him by the way, Joe?
I've got him top.
Oh my
Yeah,
lord!
I've got him number 1.
Jeez, I've got him
Another
number 5.
Fergie passenger.
Where have you got him?
5. I put him in because I was like, realistically, he should be quite high up. I thought middle of the road. I'm admitting I didn't get to see him in his prime. I saw him when he was really coming towards the end of his age, and he was playing as a holding midfielder, cutting about in midfield.
He was good there, to be fair.
He was great there, but I've heard he's a great player, but I can't really go. I'm the same as you guys, but
I agree. Carried by Fergie. Next.
Yeah.
Carried by Fergie.
Next.
The Fergie tax, yeah. Well done, you won a few medals.
Well done. You tried really hard
Played lots and lots of games.
and ran lots.
I love the fact you've got him number 1.
I'm almost at the point
Unbelievable.
of the only reason he played is because he was left-footed and it was a 4-4-2 and he's a left midfielder.
He must have had some dirt on Sir Alex as well.
Joe, what's your number 10? By the way, we need your talk about why he's number 1.
Yeah,
later.
you've got to get to
You've
town.
got to go. You can't. You've got to stick up for your boy. You've put him in number 1. So
At the moment, on numbers, we've got him like 7th or 8th.
yeah,
Average.
yeah, probably about 8th. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Who's your 10th?
I've caught me right off guard. Number 10, I've got Iron Robin.
At 10.
I haven't
Really?
got him on my list. To
I
be
haven't got
fair.
him in my list.
No, I don't think he's anywhere near a
For the
Prem.
Prem.
From 7
Prem
down, it
list.
was quite a tough time for me to find a few now. But
Yeah.
I put him in there because he had a big say in Chelsea winning their first title. It was like massive for them on that left-hand side. And then he got a move to Real Madrid.
I don't think he played as much though.
No,
he
I
was
don't know.
good.
I think
Look,
Damien
short
Duff
list,
probably
Jack.
had a bigger impact in that title-winning team. Damien Duff.
Did he win the league there with him?
Yeah, he played.
Bingo card
Did they?
tick, by the way, because
Yeah.
apparently we say his name more
Damien
than any other
Duff.
podcast. We give him
Because
so
we
many
want
mentions.
to go and watch him in Ireland.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
please,
do.
Damien.
Please.
Tickets, please, Damien. Damien.
Now you're listening every week.
Well, 10, I've got Damien Duff.
I prefer that. Yeah, I prefer that. If you'd like to change it, you're more than welcome to. I don't know what my 10th is. I've got Alexis Sanchez at 10.
I thought about Sanchez.
Jesus.
No, but
No,
that
Alexis
few
Sanchez.
years
I think
Great.
was incredible.
well done.
Well, you've got to
Well,
play
you've
like
got-
1 year.
Isn't that wrong?
Literally
Wrong.
1 year. Alexis Sanchez was arguably one of the best players in the Premier League for a
3
couple of
years.
seasons, at
He
least.
carried
Yeah, it
a
was.
not very great Arsenal team either going forward.
And I think we look at him in a bad light because of what happened at United. I think that has been, like, you forget how good he was.
Yeah, I mean,
There
look
were
how
so
sad his dogs looked in that transfer video when he was playing the piano.
Brilliant.
But I do think at that point, you probably can speak in a better way.
He was unbelievable.
There were so many times in that Arsenal team where the way they were achieved, everything was through him. He was the main man in that team for quite a while. And the link up he had with Ozil as well was incredible. Like, those two boys, when they wanted to play,
Yeah.
they...
Like you say, at that time he was easily in the top 4 or 5 best players in the league.
And he came from Barca as well, didn't
Came from Barca. He was scoring. He was probably getting close to 30 goal contributions for 3 seasons, goals and assists. He was special, yeah.
I just don't like him because he scored against us in the cup final.
Oh, there we go. It is.
Although
That
I
makes
think
more sense.
shout out, was that the goal against West Ham where he like faked to shoot and like
With
stepped
the
over
inward
it
step over.
and then
Randolph
chipped
is on
him.
the floor.
Yeah.
Is it Darren
Yeah.
Randolph?
and then
Yeah.
chips
Oh,
him.
great memories, chaps.
What
Don't know where that
a goal!
What
by
a
the way.
shout that
He's
is.
a quiz question, isn't he, as well? Because he's one of the only people to play for the national team in basketball and football. Played for the Irish basketball team and football team.
Who we
Cutting edge content.
See, there you go.
We've
Look at that.
actually provided some insight
We are
to the
back.
listeners.
Irish, did you just say?
He's
Yeah,
Irish.
Who?
Randolph.
Randolph?
Oh, I thought he was on about Sanchez.
No.
Play basketball.
I was like, hold on, how's he playing basketball? He's a little lad, isn't he? Mate,
Oh,
I
you don't
missed
even
the
talk about
trick
the
here.
island part.
And then that's why I questioned the Irish bit. I thought, heritage maybe.
Did you think all three of us is really weird that they all agreed with him then?
Well, yeah, and then I just thought I've missed something here, surely.
that
Something in
goal,
that too.
that goal is incredible. That because I've never seen anybody fight like that. Yeah, as
It was
you
a
said.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so and he properly sits him down and he chips him ever so slightly where he could just about.
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
just out of
like
fingertip
waist height, isn't it?
It's out of reach because he's finished.
Because he's taking and he's down. He's like a real slow motion trying to spike it. It's really nasty. So for that, I probably should have put him higher.
Number 1.
Number one now.
Number one.
I'm gonna swap him with Giggs from
And
5
for
to 10.
The FA Cup final goal off the crossbar. Bang.
Yeah, good goal that time.
Great, yeah, great player. I really enjoyed his stint in the Premier League, and as we said, he was just great vibes, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
at that point, he was just stupid. Who was your number 9 then, Ben?
It's a bit low actually thinking about it, but I had to have him in there. I've got Sadio Mane.
Ben, I've also got we're matching.
Oh,
How
excellent.
cute.
I've
That's a
got
good
Mane,
start.
9.
I've got him in 8th.
Okay.
I've got him in 8th.
Okay,
Oh,
maybe I haven't put him too
wow.
low.
This
then.
is so
Wholesome.
cute.
That's so
Oh,
cute.
well
Do you want
done.
to just pull your mic, sorry, just slightly close to you? there you go, perfect, carry on, sorry.
Edit.
No, don't stay in, don't worry. People like this side of it, behind the scenes, cutting content. Cutting content?
Yeah, what a player, by the
Cutting
way.
edge
It
content.
was just unreal. I think the gap, the drop off from when he left as well. I like Diaz, but he's nowhere near the same level of what Mane was producing for like Liverpool.
Yeah,
at
the
the
amount
time.
of goals. Just ridiculous.
So many
goals.
I mean, huge goals as well. He was always the big game player at one point for Liverpool. He was the one that
Yeah.
you could rely on.
And I still think he didn't actually look that good, Mane.
I know
You
what you're
always say
saying.
this, I don't know.
No, I got like aesthetically
It's
pleasing,
like,
like he
kind
was a
of
very-
like Salah does it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
sense,
You know, he's obviously very, very good.
he's not
obviously.
pleasing. He was never pleasing on the eye. was
No,
he?
but I never watched him thinking, "Oh, he's fantastic."
I
It wasn't
liked
like
that
he didn't
side
have-
of it. And one thing that doesn't get spoke about is his defensive work rate was
Yeah.
off the chart. He was like,
In front of Robertson.
yeah, the pressing and stuff. I just loved like the combativeness of him. Like he's everywhere, wasn't he?
Oh, he was
So
nasty.
almost raw as well a lot of the time, like the way that he played.
I think that's it.
was just-
Raw, yeah.
And
he was. You
just
could see
lethal.
like that at Southampton. Like when he arrived at Southampton, he was just like Captain Chaos,
Yeah.
and then he just became this controlled Captain Chaos player that really had some quality and just was just. I think he was at a point was maybe more important than Salah at one point, especially in the big games.
Definitely.
Some of those games against City, he was the first goal scorer.
And the way he used to, I've got so many memories of him as well, being nasty. I loved how vile he was. He used to rough up fullbacks, like
He
he'd
also had
throw.
a vile hairline.
Yeah.
He was cooked.
Poor
How
chap.
many times did he try and take Edison's head off? Like I can think of moments that, like, I was just saying, like, he
Yeah, I
never
forgot
backed
about
out of a 50-50. Like I saw, there was again another Twitter highlights of it. Obviously, you know me, of him just like it was with a bit of a Coldplay in the background. It was like a dubstep mix as him. It cut to him being nasty, like some of the elbows and kicks.
Yeah.
he used to go into tackles really high as well.
Yeah,
He was proper
Studs up,
nasty.
yeah.
But yeah, I love him. That's why I was trying to like not, but I know what you mean. He's not aesthetically pleasing sometimes. Like similar to Salah, sometimes he didn't feel like he had the ball under control, which sounds stupid,
Yeah.
but obviously he did.
Fucking bouncing off him, but then
Do you
he's
know what I mean?
gone and scored, 100 and something goals,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
it sounds stupid, but I'm glad you agree, because I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Is he still the fastest hat trick?
he is still the fastest hat-trick, yeah.
and it's against us.
Oh, excellent!
Thank you. Well done.
Joe the Villa fan,
Joe the
never
Villa
calling
fan,
up again.
yeah.
Yeah, the two we've
Hating the
mentioned
show,
is-
lads. Never calling in again.
Love it. And who was your number 9?
Raheem Sterling, I've got down in 9.
I went 7.
Same.
This is beautiful.
I've got him 8.
Ballpark, we're all fairly
So
close.
actually, yeah, these
Fairly
kind of players
ballpark.
towards the bottom have all been pretty similar.
Yes.
Bar, obviously, your gig shout. It makes mine seem
Very
like more
silly.
normal. That he's not the. Okay then. Where do we even start with him? I don't even know.
I still think you were saying before we started, like, I think he's still really underrated.
Yeah.
I think it's because sometimes he missed the easiest chances.
Yeah, imagine how many
And
goals he
would-
could have had.
Yeah, because he missed the really easy ones and then would pull something out of literally nowhere. Like a couple of, I think it was the one late City goal where he's cut in on the edge of the box and wraps it with his right foot.
Yeah.
He's found the top corner.
Class.
He's just unreal.
He was
And I
Pep's
think
main
like,
man for
even, I
years.
know we're talking Prem, but even like we went internationally, like at one point he was
He was, by
he was
far England's best standout player.
Yeah.
That one Euros where he absolutely
2020.
carried us. Yeah, he absolutely
2020
carried
with
us,
him,
yeah.
him and Kane as a front two.
Yeah. Class, wasn't it? Yeah. And you said about like, the fact that he's dropped off, you forget like, exactly that he was on the scene at 17,
17.
starting for
Good
Liverpool.
for Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was in a title race for Liverpool at 17.
Yeah, starting left mid for him.
A great haircut. That
Yeah,
No,
horrendous.
which one? Because he had a different one every
I was going to
week.
say, yeah. I love that haircut.
His barber was overtime.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, I know. I love Sterling though.
Me
It's a
too.
shame.
Yeah.
I do feel for him the way it's gone.
Like, again, it's look at what he's done in his career, though. He was on, like you said, he was playing regularly in the Premier League at 17. He was known for his pace. This happens with wingers. We see it time and time again in young players with pace. When they play so many games so early in their careers, they fall off at around 27, 28, 29, and they don't get to see the 30s through like other players would.
Yeah.
It just happens.
And he's not technically good enough to convert into a
No.
right
I
back.
was going to say, no, he can't
Or
reinvent himself, can he?
centre mid or
Could you imagine him at
anything.
right back?
Oh, imagine.
Oh, is he defending you like this with his arse stuck out? It'd be horrible.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
There's another gif.
Oh, wow.
Just stop doing stuff like this. Yeah, I forget it's on camera.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm glad we've all got Sterling because there's a weird narrative, as you said. 9, I went for Pires. Just now, this is one that's more so from what people have told me again, because obviously I didn't get to see him in his prime. It's something that's been passed down to me and drilled into me. That kind of, as a provider, how good he was at one point in that Arsenal side, how important he was. But obviously, he isn't always seen as the main man because
Yeah.
there was a lot more exciting and more gifted players in that 11. But how important he was.
Have you seen the bit where Henry talks about him, Pires, Henry and Cole as the left-hand side for Arsenal? It is a joke. He was like you just said, nobody gives credit of how good he actually was.
Yeah.
Like the job that he could do and the way that he understood how Cole would play and how Henry needed to play. It was just perfectly balanced.
The
It was
slowest footballer I've ever seen.
And he played for the Villa.
Yeah,
He did.
But is that he judged it based on the Villa?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, as he said that, I was thinking, I think we know he's going to come back to it again.
36-year-old Pires.
Yeah, I've never seen someone so slow. Ball at his feet, though, proper techers. But as soon as the ball was in front of him, oh dear.
Is there anything you'd want to add to, I was going to say, as an Arsenal fan, just talking
Have you
from an
got him?
Arsenal's
You
perspective?
sure?
Yeah, I've got him. I have him
Okay.
6th.
Okay, do you want
Okay.
to add to anything or just take
I
it
had to
further?
put him high. Yeah, he, like one of the main creative outlets of that team. When you think of, well, not just that team, the Invincibles, but the 2002 team as well, and like earlier teams. You think of the traditional, I don't know, sides in England. They always have like the creative centre mid. Arsenal didn't really. It was solid. You had Vieira and Pires, or you had Vieira and Petit, or Vieira and Gilberto. So the creativity all came from one of those front four, whether it be Henry, Bergkamp, Pires. Ljungberg was more just the legs, but
Overmars before that as well.
Overmars before that. But yeah, Pires, like as a playmaker, almost like a wide number 10. That the way he drifted in and won games by himself.
No, it was class.
So many time and time again.
Yeah,
So many goals. Well, not even goals,
Assists.
just
So many assists.
Also,
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't work as well.
one of the greatest penalty mess ups.
Yes.
Yeah, iconic. And great hair, actually. Talking
Was
about,
Yeah.
solid Barnett.
When he was at full flight, when he was a bit younger, obviously.
Obviously, when he wasn't at the
Yeah,
Villa.
when he wasn't at the Villa.
Yes,
No, when
we
he was
get
at
it.
the Villa, it was in front of his eyes.
Yeah.
I thought he was going backwards.
Going
He was that slow.
I remember watching him against us, 2003 or 2004. When did you have the blue kit? Like the blue 02 one?
Oh, what a kid!
2003.
Oh my god, they played us off the park. Cole, I think he set Ashley Cole up for one. And he's just taken like 3 people out the game with like one drop of the shoulder.
It was always a shoulder feint. Like,
Yeah.
there was never a burst of pain.
No.
It was just
See
a
you
little
later.
feint and they're gone.
It was one of those, and you just sold Mark Delaney for a hot dog.
Crazy mention, by the way. I love it when we niche football.
Mark Delaney.
It's great. We drop a name in, and I always think like when Spotify gets like it does the transcripts for all the episodes. How often do you think it's had to type those certain names? I always think that like how many things actually get mentioned. Like, I feel like we are putting so many random names back into.
Yes.
Imagine somebody searching that. We'll be the number 1 podcast that comes up now.
Mark
Hopefully.
Delaney.
Yeah, come on, we could do. What's your next one then? Ben?
8 was Perez,
Okay.
and then my 7 was Sterling. So we've discussed both of those.
So my 8 was mine, 7 Sterling. So
8 Sterling, 7 Becks.
8 Mane, 7 Becks.
Is that because Beckham number 7 or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
Let's just go with that.
I realise what I've done.
Miss Beckham out.
Miss Beckham.
Oh.
But I've locked in my. I've got to
Yeah,
lock it
you
in. I've got to
can't
stand
go
by
back
it.
now.
Yeah, I've got to stand by it.
I have
Overrated.
Beckham, but I'm a bit higher.
God, he existed. We literally before we started recording. By the way, I was talking about Beckham with Joe. Literally about a clip that went out last time.
Yes.
How did I forget that? Because you got cooked in the comments
yep.
for having Sterling above Beckham. Sorry, Sterling only 1 place below Beckham. I don't even have Beckham.
Don't even
in.
have him.
Oh God!
And you've said all after how confident you are, you did it so quickly.
I
You didn't
told
have
you
to
this
make
is the
any
problem.
changes.
This is the problem. I told you I was going to mess up.
Silly.
Silly boy. Oh, who have I got in then that you guys haven't? That's what I'm worried about more so.
Oh yeah, who have you got coming up?
I don't know. Chris
Brown.
sorry, who are we talking about? 'Cause we were talking about Beckham.
You
then.
got to
Beckham.
Becks at
Becks,
7.
yeah.
Let's talk about Beckham, and I'll just stay quiet in the corner.
Yeah, he's just got to be in, hasn't he, really?
Yeah, he was one of the best wingers on the planet
Nah,
when he
no
went to
chance.
Madrid, wasn't he?
Nah, overrated.
I just think he was a bit ahead of his time. Like, you look at the way that the teams play now, they're almost
He
going
wouldn't be a
back
winger
to-
now, would he?
No.
He'd be like a deep lying.
He would,
say,
yeah. But you look at,
playmaker.
like, we talk
Corner,
about,
that'd
like,
be good to watch.
Yeah.
you talk about, like, De Bruyne, where he picks up the area and does those style of passes. Beckham was doing that in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
in the late 90s. Like, he was almost ahead of his time for it. And I think that's what makes him so underappreciated.
Yeah.
Because then people will go, well, look at the stats. His
Yeah,
goals and assists aren't
didn't
great.
score many
But
goals.
his delivery and, like,
The pre-assists.
yeah, that, but also like the set pieces, like
Yeah.
the amount of goals that they got from like a knockdown off a corner or a free kick.
Yeah.
Like that amount of money is worth that in today's game.
Yeah.
And let's
went-
not forget, probably his biggest achievement of his career is making a career for Gary Neville. So
Well, yeah, yeah.
I thought you were going to say marrying a Spice Girl.
That's no, any chance he can get in some Gary Neville
Yeah.
slander, I respect it. Is he still laid down? Is he back up?
Yes, no. Gerard's down, thankfully.
Okay.
he slipped again.
That's
you put Gary Neville?
context for audio listeners. We've got some of the
Like for old time's sake.
context for audio listeners. We've got some micro stars on the set in the background, and Mike comes round and has a battle with Jake. So Mike will put Gary Neville face down, and then Jake will stand him back up. So we've got some micro stars. This is just a.
And
So
then
Gary
Seaman
Neville.
will fall over.
Yep, Seaman's now at the top, just balanced because he keeps falling on us.
Yes.
Is there anything anybody else wants to add to Beckham? He would be my 11th, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait to see you've got ahead of him.
I'm really nervous.
Damien
now.
Duff.
Yeah, number 1.
Iron Robin.
What's your next one?
No, have you done your 7?
Yeah, my 7 was Sterling.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your? Have you done your 7
Yours
as well?
Becks,
Becks.
wasn't it?
You had
Becks.
Becks as well. I'm really I think I've got somebody in quite high that obviously people haven't got on their list,
wow.
and I'm nervous now. What's your
I'm
next
on
one?
6 now.
Yes.
I got Eden Hazard at 6.
Retweet.
I had Pires.
I've got Eden Hazard at 3.
I just felt it was just a little bit I thought he was incredible at that absolute peak, and then it just suddenly stopped. I just needed a bit more of the longevity out of it, because when he was on his absolute peak, what a player.
Yes. I can't really have much more than that.
I had him higher just purely because he's like my favourite type of footballer, though.
I know what you mean.
In that period, how good it was, even to the point where he would decide if he fancied it, and when he did fancy it, he would do something magical. Like
But that's what's really separated him from the elite, because that season when he won PFA and they won the league, he was unbelievable. But if he'd have done that every week,
he'd have been
he'd have been like one of the best players in the world.
Yeah,
up for the Ballon d'Or shouts, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Literally would have been.
Because it was scary how. Look, we can think of goals like that goal against Burnley that gets played. Is it Burnley or West Ham or
Even
something
the
like that?
one
when
against
the
you
whole
lot,
takes
against
on the whole
Arsenal.
defence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he picks it up on the halfway.
No, that's bad defending.
I know it is, but still, to just
awful
carry it on,
defending.
carry it on his own.
Was it Coquelin and Koscielny?
Coquelin
gets
gets-
bodied by a little 5'8"
No,
Belgian.
yeah, one of them gets sent flying, and the other one falls over.
Funny.
But I just look at that time, and that because I felt really weird because I don't know about you with this list of wingers. There are like two types of there's a weird blend of types of wingers because we spoke about Mane and Salah and things. But Hazard, I always want to like wave that flag because I love that. It's a dying breed of winger that will lose the ball so much and try so much that he probably shouldn't and isn't the most efficient but exciting, and a stroppy winger who's got an ego who will refuse to track back. I also love that side of it from a watching as a fan. It's incredible to watch, isn't it, kind of thing. But that, as you said, that season was stupid, and it will always be tarnished for how bad it was at Madrid. I don't think that's helped either.
Yeah, God, the drop off was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And when you think it was over,
Well,
it 120 million?
Not just bad,
million,
like
wasn't it? Million
what
quid.
played about 20, 30 games, then retired.
Yeah, mad. Put a fair bit of weight as well.
We must have enjoyed the diet, hadn't he? Fair play to him.
Flipping it, yeah. I think he lived life fairly well over that pre-season, didn't he?
I was going to say, incredible, yeah. But yeah, I
fair
just love
play,
it.
yeah.
I think it was a couple of players who would, maybe like Terry and people had just said, like, he'd just come into training and just be like, nah, not today.
don't fancy it
That
today.
story that Joe Cole always talks about when he went out the night before. And
Really?
He was drunk and they all knew he'd turned up drunk when he was at Lille. They played together at Lille.
Yeah.
And he says he knows for a fact he was either in the warm-up, either still drunk or just hungover, but he was that good. He could still, I think he still scored,
Oh,
or made
class.
one or two. And he said like there was quite clearly there was talent there because he was one of the main people that would like get him in at Chelsea. He was a big
He had a loan
part
there,
of the
didn't he,
deal,
from
yeah.
Liverpool?
And he spoke about it with Chelsea, saying like, "Get this guy. He's out of this world." But he says he always enjoyed the lifestyle a bit too much.
Yeah.
But as you said, like the player there was incredible. When he fancied it, I was gonna say he's torn the Albion apart when he fancied it. So many
And
times.
he kicked a ball, boy, so, you know.
Yes.
He went on to do great things, didn't he?
And there's yeah.
Now does
AU vodka, isn't it?
sponsorship
Is Will
deals
still
with...
still around?
And that dog, the Rangers dog. It's on there, yeah. It's on
Have you seen that clip of Hazard? They're doing some sort of like sponsored thing
Keep your peace.
Yes.
So good.
with the American football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You got
Round the world and all sorts.
Caballero, but he just volleys it in the air, doesn't he, really high?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hazard flicks it up and just literally does about 30
Did he hit the crossbar as well? Like a
Yeah,
sidewinder
it's it,
volley.
yeah.
Starts it off with around the world, doesn't he? Because
Yeah.
everybody else is dropping it, and then
He
he's just
flicks
like...
it up off the floor and around the world a couple of times.
Yeah,
what a
daft.
joke.
But yeah,
Ridiculous.
I used to try and push that he was better than Salah, but I think that he's gone past that now because it's the different types of wingers, isn't it? It's just a shame, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I know, Salah's annoying me. He's just too good. We'll get on to him in a minute. Who was that? Your
Hazard was my sixth.
See, now I'm looking at this and I've gone Bale 6. Now I think
Okay.
this is ridiculously. I'm worried this is high, and I don't know whether
High?
you agree.
High?
Yeah, high because of we go back to the longevity point, Premier League wise. That I worry and look at how long he was at the.
More longevity than Hazard.
But
Yeah.
but was there only a
Yeah.
couple of seasons when he actually moved forward as a winger, or have I merged?
Nah,
mine?
he was
He was
about
playing,
3 years, wasn't it?
but you're thinking of like when he was almost like a 10.
That was
Yeah.
the last
But like
season,
he
wasn't
was a winger before.
Oh,
He's
before
so
he
good.
turned into
2010
the
was-
Gareth
it?
Bale.
2010
he
was the hat
playing
trick
as a
against Inter
winger.
Milan.
Which again though, but we'll go, if you guys got him higher, then we'll come to him in a
I've
bit,
got
and you
him
guys
in Latte.
can.
I've got him fifth, so I've got something. Have you got him sixth?
I'll go him 6th. Yeah,
Yeah, I've got. He's my
got
next
Giggs at
one.
5th.
I've got him a lot higher. I've got him at
I've
second.
got Hazard 5th.
You got Hazard 5th.
Hazard 5th.
I got Bale at 2nd. Did you talk about Bale? Yeah, I've got.
No, I've. Yeah, I was gonna say you guys. Who's your next one then?
My 5th is Mahrez.
I've got Mahrez 4th.
I've got Mahrez 4th.
I've got Mahrez 4th.
Oh, well done,
not
chaps.
Far off
This
at
is
all.
brilliant. Let's all talk about him then, because he's.
He is a sexy footballer.
Yeah.
We have Mahrez,
Yeah.
isn't he?
And I mean, when did he arrive with Leicester? Like 2016.
Before that, probably.
Did they win it in 16?
They
Oh,
won it
before
in
that, so
16.
15 or 14,
15,
and then he
year
left.
before,
like,
I think.
so he's
They
done
got him in
it.
the championship, didn't they?
Yeah, but what I mean is when he arrived.
Yeah, he was on loan in the championship, so they had him for a
Mad.
season. Then they
What I mean
signed
is
him.
when he came up with them.
Yeah, because
So
he came up with Leicester,
them.
which blows my mind. Mahrez played in the championship. I only saw this recently on a Twitter thing.
Ridiculous.
From Le Havre, wasn't he? Like 250k.
Yeah, of course he was, yeah.
And then
Got
so he
bargain
was
transfers.
about like 8 seasons in the Prem.
Yeah, and the amount of trophies.
The amount of trophies, but then even in Leicester, like that season they stayed up, you could see the quality there straight away, and it was just a matter
Unplayable.
of time.
Yeah, on his day, unplayable.
Yeah.
And then City just moulded him into this efficient thing.
Well, became a big game player. Like towards the end, he was only used in the Champions League.
like Madrid and stuff like that.
And
Games
he
against
scored every
Madrid.
time, didn't he? Yeah. Like he
Just knew it was
literally was
gonna happen.
only wheeled out for the Champions League when they went quite far, didn't they? I think
Yeah,
they lost
was
to
it
Real
the
Madrid.
final when
Was that
they
the-
lost to Chelsea? He was a big part,
And then he was,
and the one before when they lost to Madrid, he was a massive part as well.
Yeah.
and I still think arguably one of the best first touches in
Oh,
Premier
yeah.
League
Exactly
history. Definitely.
Left-footed as well.
There we go. Yeah,
The
he's
narrative's back.
absolute joke. But again, I think I know we appreciate him, but I don't. I think when you read any and do any of your research, Mahrez is never as high. I think
Which
we
is
kind
daft.
of waved the flag for him
Yeah.
quite a bit when I was doing my research
I
earlier.
think you have to.
I know
Because a lot of these amazing wingers that we've spoke about, you talk an issue is longevity. He was probably either of the two best wingers in the league for a 6-year period.
Yeah. Yeah, the level for over the period of time is just ridiculous.
And I think,
What PFA Player of the Year at Leicester?
yeah, and I think
which is
Oh,
mental
mad.
in itself, isn't it?
I think we forget his consistency was his downfall, which is why he doesn't get the plaudits. Like you say, for about 6 years, he was putting up double figure numbers of output,
Well, yeah, goals
and it
and
was
assists.
just expected.
Yeah,
It was just the norm.
yeah, exactly.
He was stupid, yeah. And it's a shame because I also can't. I can think of moments and that highlight that always gets used when he used to like cut back and forth, and everyone would be sliding absolutely everywhere. Like no one does it like it. And he's again back to your Iron Robin thing. He was at one point. Obviously, you start using his right further on in Man City, but for about 4 seasons, he only ever used his left foot.
Yeah, it was
never
so
used the other
one-footed.
foot, but he somehow still would get past absolutely everybody.
Couldn't stop it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad we've all got him quite
I think
high.
it was that goal in lockdown for City where it's like crossed to the back post and he volleys it against Leicester. Goes into the far corner.
off his right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just it just literally, you could hear the rattle of the back
Yeah.
of the net.
That popped up on my timeline the other day. That did. Very aesthetically pleasing.
Very pleasing.
Pleasing.
So did everyone have him in?
I had him at 5.
You had him 5. You had
You
him
had him at 4.
We all had 4.
4.
Okay, then what's your
My
next?
4 was Beck's.
Okay, and what's your next one?
4, Mahrez.
Oh no, so your next one ahead of that. Sorry then.
3, Bale.
And what did you have? Bale as well at 3.
No, I about at 5.
Oh, okay. And what was your third then?
Mo Salah's at 3.
Okay. And who did you have at 3?
Ronaldo.
Ooh, we're getting...
This is I was going to
Get
say,
the
and I've
big
had
boys.
Hazard, so because I was going to say, I think everyone's going to have the same sort of players now, just in different orders. So should we touch on
By my number 1.
Bale?
Yeah, he was coming early
Yeah,
doors.
I was going to say, should we touch on Bale? Then everyone can talk about Bale now. Then if we've all
Yeah.
got him in this kind of,
Yeah.
you guys go for it. Then. You've got him higher than me, so
Yeah, I had him at 2. I just think, again, as a left midfielder, output-wise, for what they bought him for and that horrendous losing streak he had to begin with,
Yeah.
where he
Gosh,
couldn't
yeah.
buy a win.
Wasn't it Redknapp to try and bring him on when they
Redknapp
were
would
winning?
try and
just
bring him on when
yeah,
just to
forgot
try
about
and break the record.
Mad.
But then he
Brereton
just turned
Diaz
into...
broke it for him now.
Yeah,
so
he has, yeah.
Good lad.
Well done. I just think in the end, it was almost like overnight, really. He just became this animal. He always
Yeah.
had the ability. It was just getting it out of him. And then, I think 2009, 10, Inter Milan hat-trick, and he just
Oh,
skyrocketed
man.
from there.
I think it's one of the greatest individual seasons I've seen from a player in the Premier League. That is.
Yeah.
And that game specifically, again, the highlights come about every year when it's
Yeah.
many years since, and you watch it every time, and it still shocks me every time. I don't know about
Madness.
you.
The goal at West Ham.
Another one that sticks out for me is when they're playing in that half grey kit, and he volleys it against Stoke in from the edge of the box into the other corner. He gets his leg
On
up
his
by his
shoulder.
head. What a joke!
And the stupid highlight against Leeds, when he does the when they're just trying to absolutely hack him down, he does the roulette past the player, and he's two-footing him at knee height, and he just leaves him for dust, and you just see him slide out of shot. It's amazing.
And I know it sounds silly, but he's one of those players where you could just see him run and thought he's absolutely rapid. He was literally like Roadrunner.
Oh man,
You just could not stop him.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Annoyingly good, and again, it's for what he's achieved is incredible, but negative look from other fans from other countries from the end of how it ended with Madrid, which is a shame. That negative. But again, we don't.
You
care.
can allow that, can't you?
Exactly.
No.
I know,
we
we
know
can't.
everything.
Who's looking at him going, oh, we could have done a bit more
He's won
5
everything
Champions
there
Leagues.
is
I
to
know, because
win.
we have this
Ridiculous.
debate, don't we, about him being the greatest British
He
player
is,
of all
yeah.
time.
He is, yeah.
And if you ask, not everybody agrees, so that's why I always think he's looked at quite negatively. But yeah, I'm glad we've all got him quite high.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see another winger like him in the Prem because of how powerful he was. The game's completely changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he was quite slender, wasn't he, to begin with? Like skinny, Limmy type thing.
Yeah,
at
floppy
Spurs,
hair.
wasn't he? With floppy hair, and then I know towards the end he started to get a bit of size at Spurs, and then I know we're talking Prem, but when he went to Madrid, he just became a proper athlete. He was wham.
Yeah, athlete's the word. Yeah, the stallion of a man.
I think a lot of these players, though, we're talking about players not being like it. I think there's a few like this on the list, like other players and different types of wingers. That it's quite interesting to see the list where it's going, and that's we talk about individuals and things. There isn't anybody currently, realistically, that are at the level of these yet. But I'm intrigued. Who would you think then? Is there anybody you could even think of that could get close? Maybe your likes of your Sakas.
Yeah,
Saka's got.
Well, he couldn't. If he, he's been doing it for 2 or 3 years now already.
If he carries on at this level,
And
then he will
yeah.
eventually come into these kind of
yeah,
discussions.
yeah, he's going to.
definitely.
But I'm trying to think of any other players in the Premier League currently. Is there any? I'm just thinking, am I missing any obvious ones?
There
off the top
aren't
of my head?
many there. Let's be honest.
So I looked at it earlier because I looked at the current list to see, if we were to do a top 10 right now, who would I have, and are they anywhere near?
Oh,
And
my
I was thinking,
word.
you talk about your likes of Bowens and your Gordons, and you think that's mental, isn't it? When you look at this list of top 10,
But is that because we've got a bit of nostalgia tintness here? And we're
No,
looking at
No, I don't
or is it
think
because the
they're-
names aren't as pretty?
If you look at that, you've got Sterling in ninth.
yeah, yeah.
Is Jared Bowen going to have a better career?
No, I
than
know what
Raheem
you're saying.
Sterling?
I know what you're saying.
I get what you mean about nostalgia though, because often we do that. But I agree. I think when you look at
Was
it as a
because
whole,
the name's not as pretty? Anthony Gordon compared to.
It's just not as good.
Robert Perez.
They're
Robert
just not as
Perez.
good, are they?
No.
but you go through the list, there isn't really.
I know what you mean.
realistically
I don't
anybody,
think the
is
quality's there, is it? It's just not, is it?
No.
Yeah,
I was going through all the big boys, everybody's wingers right now, and I'm like,
yeah. The wingers, wingers
City's
become more.
Pants.
yeah,
Man,
Luis Diaz. I was like, no.
Yeah,
No.
they're all become like system players, aren't they? The positions have become.
Well, we have got one current player
Yeah.
that is in the list.
Yes.
But he's like abnormal, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a system player. He's
No, the
ridiculous.
system
not
changes
human.
to
To him.
be whatever it wants to be
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
him.
just whatever he wants.
So where did everyone have Mo Salah then?
3.
Number one.
Number one.
I had number 2. I went Ronaldo number 1,
I went Ronaldo
Nice.
number 2.
I had Ronaldo number 3.
and that was the only two that I just kept moving. Those are the only ones that I was like,
Yeah.
I don't. If I can't.
I just
there's-
felt Ronaldo in the end wasn't a tricky winger. Rooney ended up playing on the wing for him to play up front at his absolute best at times. for
Yeah, but
United.
when he was on the wing, oh my god, he was ridiculous.
I know he was, but I just
Ballon
think,
d'Or winner, isn't
yeah, I just think in the end in the Premier League when he was at his best, he wasn't on the left hand side or the right. I thought he was up front. But like you say, the system changed for him.
he? Could do whatever he wanted.
Could
Yeah.
do what he wanted. Yeah, could go anywhere.
A bit like Bale, like he was a bit abnormal. In fact, he was tall, he was strong, powerful.
And it's how he, like, whenever you go back and like through the archives and watch some of his when he first came things and how much he
When-
progressed, it's
When
scary.
James Morrison got sent off for a 2-footed challenge on him for Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
He'd done like
Forgot
45
about that,
step
yeah.
overs and a couple of flicks.
Crunching, yeah. But
Didn't
it's like,
Aboué ever pop at him as well one time?
Oh, I think a lot of
Well,
players,
that was in the heat of the rivalry as well, wasn't it? When
Yeah.
he joined,
when he was doing all the step overs and things. I get, and that clip comes up quite often on Twitter. You know, when he's like towards the corner, and you just like, oh, here he comes,
Here he
someone's
comes.
coming. Just doing step overs on the ball, dangling his leg. And you think,
Or is that cup final when you play United with a black kit on, and like the first 5 minutes, there's about 3 yellow cards.
That was the 2005 one.
Yes.
The 0-0, and they
Yes.
battered us.
Just crunching tackles first 5 minutes, knee high.
but him and Salah are like two, like as we said, like out of this world kind of. There's not really. It's really difficult to kind of define them as a winger, isn't it? Because of the way they play. You messaged earlier, didn't you? Going like, can we consider Salah as a winger? And I was like, yes, even though he's just a wide striker, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Like,
think
Yeah.
it's- but it's
the way in is because he starts out on. He does pick up the ball a lot of the times out in that.
He is
touchline
wide
area,
most
doesn't
of the
he?
time.
But it seems weird, doesn't it? I know what you mean, because when you compare it to some of the players low down, they're not the same at
They're not
all, are they?
wingers or white or what we'd say is a traditional left or right midfielder, are they? Or
But
system.
I don't know about you. I really struggle between Salah and Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean, it's a toss-up.
It literally it was like looking at it again. Do you know what? Everyone else will probably have him in.
Now I'm thinking about it, like how good Ronaldo was before he went.
Yeah. Best player on the planet.
Yeah, he was.
I got in a bad place then because I was like, I'm going to have to do some research purposes. And I'd sat for 20 minutes watching highlights.
Oh,
and I thought,
my
no,
God.
I need to get on with work. I've got stuff to do.
Him and Rooney
You forget.
together was
Yeah.
just absolutely
And that
absurd.
little period where they had Tevez as well.
Yeah.
That front
What a
three.
three that was.
Oh, brilliant.
Like 3 absolute like bulldogs chasing everything down as
Yeah.
well. Like they were all units of players.
And it's just the fact that, again, going back to egos and things, like wingers with personalities, like when you watch him, like I was watching earlier, when you go back and like it's how much he thrived off being crunched.
Yeah,
Like, it was
Ronaldo in
incredible.
the
Come at you
loved
again,
it,
full
yeah.
tilt, yeah. Come on
long
then.
sleeve United AIG shirt
Yeah.
with the VO5 Max gel in there with a
Oh,
big fat
man.
mohawk.
This is what I was doing earlier when I was supposed to get on with my work.
With
This is what I was watching.
Bright green old school mercurials on with
Oh.
hot socks over his knees.
That's it, Ben. We've peaked.
That is it.
I was going to say, but then Salah, obviously we've just spoken loads about Ronaldo. It's very similar, isn't it? Like the discussion, but in his own right, isn't it? Like he again has completely changed the position.
Oh yeah, it's changed the way
Yeah.
you look at wingers. You're
yeah.
expecting 20 goals a season. Aren't you?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like wingers don't score that much.
No.
And the way he's broken the record this year, the most goal contributions in a 38-game season. I don't feel like it's spoken about enough, by the
It's
way.
not.
No.
Remember when Haaland obviously like broke the scoring record? Everyone was going crazy about it. Salah was
He's a
just
machine. Yeah, he's a machine.
like, I don't feel like Salah get the same.
Well,
like,
again, it's because he's how many
Yeah.
seasons has he been putting up these numbers?
Mhm.
how many was it in the end? Was it like 57 or something?
Something
stupid like that?
stupid, yeah.
57 like it's scary.
That's just, yeah.
Just
I'll have to get it.
and
up
that is
now.
Did he score over 30 in the Prem?
the past 2 seasons. Yeah, he did.
I'll have a
I
look.
think he was just under.
I think it was like 28.
Was it?
29. The past 2 seasons, his playmaking's took a massive leap forward.
Yeah.
29 goals,
Massive.
18 assists.
29 goals, man, in the 38 games.
And you got to remember, in that last 5, he missed a few sitters as well.
Yeah.
Because he went a few games without scoring or assisting.
Yeah, just looking at that. 3 with his right foot as well. Look at him go. I
Well,
thought they were all going to be with his left. I was
Any
going to say. No headers.
No, of course
No,
not.
it was 26. Yeah, 26 with the left.
6 goals clear. 6 goals clear of Isaac in second for the top scorer this season.
Yeah, ridiculous season. It's an all-timer.
And he's
Yeah.
6 goals assists. 6 assists, sorry, clear of second in which is Jacob Murphy.
Just
Jacob Murphy, second.
Jacob Murphy has 12 assists.
Stop
Same
it.
amount of assists as Yamal in the league this season.
He's not in the England squad.
Not as many as fellows, though.
Well, we can talk about that another time. I know what I'd prefer.
Elanga with third, and Easton ain't got called up for England either.
Yeah,
No,
another one.
Rubbish.
But as you said, with Salah though, I agree. I never thought we spoke about his creativity, didn't we, in years gone by, but this year it's stepped up massively, and I think a lot of that's down to Slot, isn't it? The way he's played this year.
This year's been unbelievable. Like, he's won them the league.
Yeah, on his own, pretty much.
They're a good team, but you look at who else is really contributing out the front 4, 3, 4. No
Yeah,
one.
none of them have hit
Yeah.
big numbers.
How many
have they?
goals would Diaz
Gakpo's
have
had a decent season. Jota's been a bit rubbish. Nunes has barely seen the pitch.
got? Yeah.
Diaz, meh. it's just all Salah.
Yeah.
It's all Mo Salah.
It's stupid, isn't it? Yeah. And what is it going to be like with Vets as well coming on as well now? By the way, I can't believe how much they've spent on it.
150.
I know.
50 million.
What's happening? I hope this is. Well, we've spoken about like big transfers. This is like
There.
we're now going into the next. Because like before, when we spoke about clubs breaking the 100 million mark, it was like a couple of clubs followed. Like Arsenal did it, Chelsea did it. It was a bit like, let's stay here now. And now we've gone over that 150. It's just getting silly now, isn't
But
it?
they were Prem transfers,
Yeah.
Prem to Prem. So there's a tax that comes with that.
Yes.
From the Bundesliga.
Because we know what happens
And
if
for
you.
Liverpool to spend this, they've never spent anywhere close to that. Really.
Yeah, remember they can't compete with the big boys with transfer fees. Remember,
Sorry,
they're still
I
spending the
did-
Coutinho money.
I saw
aren't
a tweet earlier, and it was somebody who'd made is it John Henry that
Yes.
a parody account saying who stole my wallet.
What? But I know what you mean though. It's quite like it's mad how they've gone that high as well. They've bid that much considering
But
like
the
the
first
way.
bid wasn't, was it? It was like 105, and they just
But
bounced
that's
it back straight away.
Leverkusen's valuation was like always that, and they
That's
were
what
like,
I mean.
nothing
But they've
less.
just gone in and
play.
gone, 150.
I just can't. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Liverpool at all, does it?
No.
they? Yeah, they obviously spend a decent amount of money with like Van Dijk and Alisson, and they're all like £70 million transfers, aren't they? But this is like
This is
different-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The pressure.
Two Van
yeah.
Dijks.
Yeah, we're going a bit off
Yeah.
topic, but going to be interesting for them because they're going to be losing some players. Like they're going to have to. Well, they've already bought Frimpong. They're going to on about like Diaz maybe, Nunes going.
I've seen that Diaz and Nunes because
Harvey
Nunes is off
Elliott.
to Saudi. they
Harvey
think.
Elliott.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I want to see him at Atletico Madrid. I do.
I still feel like it'd be
Imagine.
incredible.
Oh wow! I'd pay good money to
Oh,
watch
I
that.
agree. But I saw he's got links with Saudi because they're offering like the fee that they paid in the first
Oh,
place.
please, Darwin, go
Yeah,
and go
go
to
play,
Simeone.
They said it's going to be like regardless what happens,
Spend some money.
and the fact they've kept Salah and Van Dijk because those are like signings in themselves, aren't they?
Oh, it'd be a
realistically?
huge amount of money on the wages and stuff, wouldn't it?
Frimpong in at right back.
They're up in Kirk, is nearly done, isn't they?
Kirk is
Yeah.
going to be in. That's another 60 there.
But they didn't spend anything last year, did they? So
No, exactly.
And Mamadashvili, I've now can do his pronunciation by the way. I've been practicing all week. I had to do a video and it took me 20 minutes. I was like, right, I need to learn how to
Mamadashvili.
So yeah, because again, I saw Alisson's been linked with a move away again, but weird because obviously did Kelleher go in the end?
Kelleher's
he's
gone
to Brentford,
Yeah, I saw he was linked, and then I
Cheap as well.
Because Flecken went to
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, yeah. Because have you seen all the stuff about that? Yeah, it's the merry-go-round. I didn't realise it until I read it. It's Ten Hag's brother is his agent.
It's something to do with the agents group.
The agents group, and then
Somebody put like, oh, he's at it again.
there's a few players that have followed Ten Hag in the past that have got. This is where Twitter nerds are incredible when they're finding out stuff like
It
this.
was on transfermarket.com. They'd seen like what the agent group is for the player.
And if you follow the
Right.
agent group, it comes back to the Ten Hag family. It's quite funny. It's very interesting stuff.
I say.
we need Joe
Sorry.
to talk about gigs.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
sorry. Now you've had some time to fight his corner.
Ryan Giggs carried Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United.
There you go.
That's why he's my number one.
I was going to say, the way you've just spoken about Salah
Carried or
joining
carried
everyone else-
by.
Carried.
Oh.
It's huge.
I'm nailing my colours to that mast. He was consistent on that left-hand side.
Played loads of games.
Played loads of games for the best club at the time in British football.
Played loads of games. I love the way we have this. The narrative
Tried
we
really
push,
hard and ran a lot.
the narrative we push with that Man United team is so funny. I love it. Like, I know for a fact people get so annoyed by our opinions on that. It's the amount of Man United fans that message in going,
It's basically if Park Ji-sung had stayed for 20 years, basically.
and I think that is the most beautiful. Are we all right to do our clips as well, if that's okay? Just
Yes.
reeling off our top 10.
I'm
Then you're-
slotting in Damien. I am for the Irish trip.
Yeah, that's
nice.
fine by me. It might go my number one just for the trip as well, actually.
We love you, Damien.
We do. Sorry, you want
What was it top 10 Premier League wingers all time?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I only say this because
Ever.
I've noticed Guts is doing it on
In the
purpose
world.
now, and he keeps doing that. Rather than saying Premier League, he goes, in the world ever. And he said it on the... So the next one is your top 5 worst signings that we did last week.
In the world ever.
He goes, my top 5 worst signings in the world ever. And I didn't clock that he did it. So now it's going to sound mental because it's all like Premier League players. So it's like... Go on then, Ben, sorry.
my top 10 Premier League wingers of all time. In at 10, tries really hard, Ryan Giggs. Number 9, Sadio Mane. Number 8, Robert Pires. 7, Raheem Sterling. Number 6, Eden Hazard. Number 5, Riyad Mahrez. Number 4, David Beckham. Number 3, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 2, greatest British player of all time, Gareth Bale. And number 1, King Mo Salah.
I might just push gigs down now to 10, just to make you even more
narrative.
mental. Yeah,
Wouldn't
everyone's
be like
got
you,
up
Sam.
by one place. Yeah. Right then, I'm saying. That was quick. That was good.
And the nibble as well.
That was a huge nibble.
Oh.
Right. My top 10 Premier League wingers of all time. 10, he gets the pity vote. Ryan Giggs. 9, Sadio Mane. 8, Raheem Sterling. 7, David Beckham. 6, Super Bobby Pires. 5, Eden Hazard. 4, Riyad Mahrez. 3, Gareth Bale. 2, Mo Salah. I'm going to do a switcheroo.
What?
And 1, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Switchy switch.
You going to switch yours, Joe, or you?
Oh, he's in.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
He's going to start off now. 10,
10
Ryan Giggs.
Giggs.
Number 1, Damien Duff.
My top 10 Premier League wingers of all time. Number 10, Damien Duff. We love you, Damien.
We do.
9, Raheem Sterling. 8, Sadio Mane. 7, David Beckham. 6, Eden Hazard. 5, Gareth Bale. 4, Riyad Mahrez. 3, Mohamed Salah. 2, Cristiano Ronaldo. And 1, the great love rug, Ryan Giggs.
Oh. Let's think of his famous poem then. L is for. My top 10 Premier League wingers of all time. Number 10, Alexis Sanchez. Number 9, Pires. Number 8, Sadio Mane. Number 7, Raheem Sterling. Number 6, Gareth Bale. Number 5, Ryan Giggs. Well done, you played a lot of games. Number 4, Riyad Mahrez. Number 3, Eden Hazard. Number 2, Mohamed Salah. And number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo. I've got to say as well, happy 250 episodes, by the way, guys.
Oh.
250 not out.
Just completely realised.
Smack them up.
That's how good, and we're still doing it now.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for
That's
tuning in.
tell you what, I was just thinking, like, if people get to the end of these episodes, this is the best bit when we do these
Oh,
rankings.
yeah. Everyone the core listeners listen to the end because they notice
talk
that
stupid
this is
stuff.
where it gets silly at the end, and they notice a lot of people message me going, "I quite enjoy watching the pressure that you all go under for the clips." And like they, because
Squirm.
they watch us because it's like if Ben smashes it, then it's pressure on all of us. Then it keeps working round. Yeah, well, yeah,
250 not out.
Wow.
that's what you're doing. It, yeah.
Yeah.
Cricket.
Yeah.
That's enough cricket.
Yeah, that's enough, yeah. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you again. Send in your ideas, by the way, because we're coming into the summer, as we've said. More
Super
vibes.
happy fun times.
Next episode, little heads up, is going to be proper back of the English book style. World 11, Current 11, fun. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.